Hey everyone, my name is Rocio and I'm back today with another YouTube video. I'm so sorry, I meant to post this actually at the end of last week. So I posted on Tuesday about the face shape video and I wanted to post this video on Friday, but things came up, a lot of stuff started happening, so here we are. So in last week's video, I actually went over 3 different ways in which you can determine your face shape. If you are coming back from that video, you probably already know what your face shape is. And if not, I'll pause this and go take a look at that. I highly recommend. It's gonna be super helpful. If not, I am still going to cover some of the specific qualities of each face shape in this video, along with other makeup tips and tricks for your face shape specifically. With all of that said, let's get right into the video. Starting off with the first face shape, we're gonna talk about the round face shape. With this face shape, you have a very symmetrical face. Your length and the width of your face are basically equal. You also have a round chin and jawline area, and your cheeks can be the widest part of your face. Because your face is so symmetrical, some people do like to say that round faces are just a square-shaped face, but with softer angles. So because you have a round face shape, the only thing that you may want to create with contouring and highlighting your face is kind of emphasizing some of your features that are being hidden, such as your cheekbone, and adding more definition since your face has an overall youthful look. So I actually wanted to try something a little different just because I know sometimes it can be a little confusing when talking about face shapes and things like that, especially if you're just watching somebody talk. I know I'm a visual learner, so I wanted to do something a little bit different to kind of make this easier to understand. So with a round shaped face, you may want to add some more dimension. So you can start off by adding some bronzer to the middle part of your cheeks. So you're going to start by your ear and blend towards the middle of your cheek. Now you're going to want to add some bronzer in a C shape across the top of your forehead and blending it down towards your temples. So kind of here. Going back and forth in a sweeping motion. Not only is this going to create some dimension on your face, but it's also going to add some more definition, especially if you're concentrating on the outer parts of your face. If you want to minimize the roundness of your face, you can actually try adding some highlight to the highest part of your cheeks. It's kind of close to where your blush would be added, but just a little bit higher. You actually want to create some length, so you can try highlighting the bridge of your nose, the middle of your forehead, your cupid's bow, and your chin. Now onto the second face shape, square. Here, just like the round face, you're gonna have both your length and width part of your face be equal, which means you have a lot of symmetry. Now here, square shaped faces do have very minimal curves to them, except for their jawline. It'll be very pronounced and have sharp angles to it. So some tips that I do like to say for square shaped faces, since that jaw is going to be on some people very defined or very sharp, you can contour that and create a softer, rounder look. Also, because your face is very defined on your jaw, a pro with it is that you can actually create very fun looks on your eyes and wear bolder lip colors just because there's already some definition on your face, so you can just focus a little bit more attention on your eyes and lip area. Now I'm going to show you how to contour for a square shaped face. Here you do want to soften the edges around your jawline the most, especially if you do want to attract most of the attention on your eyes and lip area. You are going to want to create a more rounder look across your jaw. So you are going to sweep some bronzer. Also going to want to go on your temples and cheekbone area or hollows of your cheeks, and you are going to create like a C-shaped form going this way. Doing this C-shaped form, you can kind of create an illusion of a slightly rounder face, and it will even out the contouring from the jawline. To balance out that jawline contour even more, you can actually try highlighting your forehead and hollows of your cheeks with a concealer that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation color. I'm gonna highlight this part right here. Right underneath the hollows of your cheeks is where you're gonna wanna highlight. Now, because a square-shaped face is pretty equal in length and width, just like a round-shaped face, you are going to want to create some length. To elongate your face, you are going to add some highlight to your forehead, bridge of the nose, and chin. You can also use a lighter concealer and you can highlight under your eyes and around the corners of your mouth. Highlighting around the corners of your mouth is just going to help give a more lifted look there. And right under here. Putting these underneath your eyes is going to help brighten up your face and kind of center the attention right here towards your eyes and lip area rather than your jawline. Face shape number 3, the oval face shape. My face shape. Here, basically the 3 parts, forehead, cheekbone, and jawline area are very equal, except people with oval faces tend to either have an average face length or an oblong face length. The difference here between the average face length and the oblong face length is the width, or the length. So with an average face length, the length of your face is actually going to be 1.5 times longer than the width of your face. As for an oblong face length, it's actually going to be, the length's going to be like 2 times longer than the width. Sometimes for some people, the forehead will be slightly wider than the cheekbones and jawline, but the jawlines and cheekbones will still remain with rounder, softer looks. If you have an oval shaped face, congrats! You can actually create any kind of makeup look that you want. You don't actually have to accentuate too many of your features since they're not really hidden by certain parts of your face, but you can still add a little bit of color and a little bit of contouring to your face to kind of bring out other features that you want to show off. So because there are 2 different types of oval faces, the average and oblong, average face lengths are gonna contour and highlight a little less than oblong face lengths, just because you are gonna wanna create a little length with an average face length, and you may want to lessen the effect of how long your face is when it is an oblong face length. So as I mentioned before, for an oval face shape, you actually don't need to concentrate so much on contouring here unless you do have an oblong face length. First, I'm going to show you an oval face shape here, and this is an average face length. Here, you're going to want to bring some certain features forward. So you're going to want to highlight the bridge of the nose, forehead, top of the cheekbones, brow bone, cupid's bow, and chin. To accentuate your features, you're going to want to lightly brush some bronzer on the middle part of your cheeks, right under the cheekbone. You can also add a little bit to your forehead. Forehead's a little bit wider, and then you can do that, and it'll keep it a little bit more narrow. Just like an oval face shape can be average, it can also be oblong, and I'm going to show you guys really quick how to contour for an oblong face shape. So with oblong faces, you're going to want to contour the top of the hairline, bottom of the cheekbones, sweeping towards the temples, and then you can add some on your chin, going towards your jawline, and finally across the bridge of your nose. This is going to help in de-emphasizing the length of your face. So let's go over this really quick. Now, as for the highlight, you're going to want to do the top of your cheekbones and tip of the nose. You can also do your cupid's bow and brow bone, but that should be enough. You're not going to want to add any more on your forehead or chin, and because this is going to lengthen out your face even more and create even more height, which is what we're trying to avoid here. And this is just to kind of brighten up your face a little bit and bring more attention to your eyes and lip area. Now, number 4. So this is going to be the rectangle face shape. Here, most people with a rectangle face shape will most likely have an oblong face length, just because their length is going to be 2 times longer than their width of their face. Now with a rectangular face shape, your forehead, cheekbone, and jawline are going to be pretty equal, except that your jawline is going to be slightly angled. So to help you visualize what a rectangle face shape would kind of look like, think of it as a mix between an oval face shape and a square face shape. Oval because of the length, and square because of the jaw. So some makeup tips for a rectangle face shape is that the main goal here is to draw some attention away from the length of the face and kind of bring it to other facial points. So to soften some of the angles, you're going to want to apply some bronzer around the jaw and temple area. You are also going to want to try and lightly brush some bronzer in the hollows of your cheeks. The best would be to create a C shape across the cheeks and the temples, as this can create a rounder look. So right along here, you're going to want to go like this. Now, to bring out some other features, you're going to want to highlight the top of your cheekbones, tip of the nose, cupid's bow, and brow bone. Just like I did in the oblong face length, you're going to want to avoid the center of the forehead and chin on this kind of face shape, because it's going to create even more height and length, which is something we want to avoid. Now for the heart-shaped face. Heart-shaped faces actually have their forehead be the widest part of their face. Sometimes it can also be called an inverted triangle because the forehead is pretty wide and then it comes down towards a pointy chin. Now, I know some people with heart-shaped faces do have a widow's peak, which is when your hairline kind of goes downwards towards this middle part. You do not have to have a widow's peak to have a heart-shaped face. You can actually just focus on how wide your forehead is and the point of the chin, and that's how you can actually determine whether you have a heart-shaped face or not. Something great about having a heart-shaped face is that you can actually contour and highlight pretty nicely just because your face does have some unique angles to it. But because your forehead is the widest part of your face, if you do want to minimize that, you can go in with some contour and that'll help to balance that out along with the rest of your face. Also, some people do have very pointy chins when having a heart-shaped face, so adding some contour to your chin can also help soften that look. But with having a heart-shaped face, you already have a lot of definition, so a little goes a long way here. So now for the heart-shaped face, to contour and highlight, as I said before, a little goes a long way here since heart-shaped faces already have a lot of definition on their face. So something you're going to want to do is balance out the face. To do this, you're going to sweep some contour along the top of the forehead towards your temples to minimize the width. And then you're going to put a little bit on your chin to kind of soften that point here. Now to bring some attention to other features, you're going to want to highlight the bridge of your nose, high points on your cheeks, Cupid's bow to bring some attention to those lips, and then the brow bone and chin. You can also try and contour with a lighter concealer under your eyes and top of the jawline as well. And top of the jawline is going to be right below the hollows of your cheeks and right on top of the jawline. Now to just all of these highlighting points here in the middle of the face are going to bring more attention to the eyes and lips rather than the chin or the width of the forehead. Number 6 is going to be triangle. So with a triangle face shape, actually, this is a very unique face shape. So with a triangle face shape, your jaw is going to be the widest part of your face and it's going to kind of go inwards towards your forehead. So your forehead is going to be the most narrow part of your face. As for length, the length of your face is going to be longer than the width of your face. You're also going to have flat cheekbones and more of a square-like jaw. As for the jawline for triangle face shapes, it can actually go one of two ways. So here your jaw can actually be wide with an angular shape, kind of like a square-shaped face jaw would be, or it can be wide but with softer angles, just like a round face. So some makeup tips for a triangular face shape is to kind of focus most of your contouring around your jawline. Since your jaw is such a prominent part of your face, you do want to contour that a little bit to help balance out how narrow the forehead is. Now you don't want to focus any or very little contour to your forehead just because that is the most narrow part of your face. You don't want to make it even more narrow and create even more of a unbalanced effect on your face. As I mentioned before, triangle shaped faces are pretty unique. So there are some things you're going to want to do to your face, such as balance out your shape and bring out some facial points. So to balance out your shape, you're going to add some bronzer to the hollows of your cheeks, and that's to kind of try and bring out those cheekbones since they will be a little bit flat with a triangle shaped face. Now, if you have a square shaped jaw, you can then add some around the jawline to create a rounder look. But if you do have a rounder jaw as is, you can still add some contour to try and soften the width of it. Now, to bring out some facial points, you're going to want to highlight the center of the forehead and upper cheekbones to make these parts of the face stand out more. Now you can also use a light concealer, as I said before, 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation color, and you can use this under your eyes to make the center of your face brighter, and you can kind of create some height. You can even add some of this on the top of the eyebrows to kind of create more width along the forehead. Now for the last face shape, it's actually going to be the diamond. Diamond face shapes do get confused for heart-shaped faces pretty often. but they do have their differences. So the main difference between a diamond and heart-shaped face is going to be the hairline. The forehead and hairline for a diamond-shaped face is going to be a little bit more narrow than it would be for a heart-shaped face. Heart-shaped faces, remember, they do have a wide forehead. Diamond faces, it's going to be more narrow. Other things diamond face shapes have are high cheekbones and pointed chins. So some makeup tips for diamond shaped faces is to add a little bit more dimension around the cheekbone area, since that part is going to be the widest on your face. Also are going to want to create a more fuller look around your forehead and jawline area. The main focus here is to kind of create some fullness around your face. So what you can do is use a lighter concealer to highlight the center of the forehead and jawline. And you can also highlight the cupid's bow, brow bone, chin, and cheekbones to kind of bring some more attention and light to the center of your face. By highlighting this jawline here, you're actually going to be creating a little bit more width on your jaw, just because as you can see here on a diamond-shaped face, the jawline area is pretty narrow. Now, because your chin is going to be on the pointier side, you're going to want to contour that down here and kind of soften that point. It'll kind of create like a shadow right there, and it'll soften and round off the face a little bit. I hope all of these tips that I just gave out are very helpful. If you have any questions or ideas, I would love to see some input in the comments down below. We are all here to learn and grow together. And if you do want to keep up with me on social media, I do have both of my Instagram accounts linked down below, along with my Twitter, Spotify, Snapchat, all of that. Now I will be creating more of these makeup facts type videos along with other skincare and makeup videos as time goes on. So if you do want to keep up with those, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below along with the notification bell to be notified when I do post those videos. With all that said, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye.